Guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I am doing the December 2018 reading. Oh my gosh, we are at the end of 2018 and I'm jingling here. And it feels like we just brought in the new year. It feels like we just brought in 2018, like literally like a month or two ago. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older that I feel like the years are flying by. You know, I heard this when, you know, when I was younger. Older people are like, when you get older, the years are just gonna fly by. And now I'm that person. So before we jump into the reading, bring out your calendars, your sparkly unicorn pens, or whatever you want to use, and jot down this important information. December 6th, woo! Mercury is going to be going direct, so I know that's going to be a relief for a lot of people. Although I know some people like bringing in the energy of Mercury retrograde, helps them work through different things. But wherever you're at, just to let you know, Mercury is going to be going direct on the 6th. On December 7th, we will be having a new moon in Sagittarius. So if you're looking to do some magical intentions, or you are looking to, you know, plan out some things and get things done as we start off the month of December, then now is a good time to do so. On December 9th, Chiron is going to be going direct as well. So yay, everything going directo. I did forget to mention that on December 3rd, well, there's a puma back there, but he'll be around forever. But on December 3rd, that is the first day of Hanukkah. It's also the birthday of my boyfriend's late mother. So we will be celebrating a birthday for her, even though she is not here in physical form. And then on December 10th, Hanukkah will be ending. So back in the day, I used to be so jealous of my Jewish friends because it seemed like they were getting a present every day. And they were like, yeah, but we just get like 1 or 2 presents each day. Like you get a whole bunch of presents on like one day on Christmas. And although some of my friends, they had like Hanukkah, but they also had Christmas, like just so they could have like a lot more gifts. Like, and on December 21st, not only will the sun be going into Capricorn, but also it is the winter solstice. I get excited about it because that means that after that date, the days are gonna get like a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer, because I'm a sun baby. I love long days. I love summer. I love, you know, long summer days, warm. So as soon as the days start getting longer, my mood starts lifting and I'm gonna be so excited. On December 22nd, we will be having a full moon in Cancer. So what are some things that you want to release as we get towards the end of December going into 2019? So what are some things that, you know, you just want to let go of? It could be feelings, it could be old thoughts, ways of doing things, it could be people, it could be certain ways of living, but what do you want to do this full moon? On December 23rd, Juno goes directo. And of course, December 24th is Holly Eve, Christmas Eve. Ooh. And December 25th, Christmas Day, also Oak Day, a day for celebration, giving, Yuletide fun, being with friends and family and the people that mean the most to you, and sharing in that jubilation. So, yay! On December 26th, Kwanzaa begins, so many fun things going on in December. And of course, December 31st. That's New Year's Eve. And then we are going to start 2019. I can't even, like, every time I think of that, like my brain is still like, oh, we're in 1996. So I'm like, whoa, it's like the future. It's like we hopped in the DeLorean and crap, you know? All right, so that's it for our fun magical calendars. And now let's jump into the stone that I was really drawn to for the month of December. And so I usually lay out, well, all my stones are separated in these little containers, and I just kind of like wave my hand over and I just ask my stones which will be most prominent energy-wise for this particular month. And this is all just general. This whole reading is just a general reading. It's just the general energy that's out there. So if there are things that really stick with you, then that's fantastic. If there are some things that you're like kind of confused about and you're like, I don't think that really is for me, then it's probably not for you. It's probably for somebody else that's watching. But if you do want something that is more tailored to you, then I do lots of different types of readings, and you can head over to my website, www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. So the stone that I was really drawn to for December is actually my fairy stone. Yeah, I have this beautiful fairy stone, and to me, she looks like a mom. She just has this, and I keep calling it a she because I believe that it's a she. Just this like loving, warm, and I love like this kind of looks like a big apron, you know, just kind of like to me like the mom or in my, well, yeah, this was kind of like my mom back in the day. She'd put on her special like Christmas apron, and she'd be whipping up like all sorts of baked goodies in the kitchen for relatives and for us for Christmas. And I just kind of get this feeling here. So I have a really like warm and kind of crafty vibe. So for the month of December, it really is a time, not just spending time with loved ones, but spending time with yourself, just kind of focused on a craft. You know, if you're somebody who loves to sew, if you're somebody who likes to make things, you know, maybe you're going to be making some jewelry or something for your relatives, or maybe you will be whipping up something in the kitchen. You know, you don't have to be a woman, you male or female, to whip up some pretty awesome stuff. By the way, my boyfriend is like the best cook in the world, which is why he does the cooking every night. But yeah, I just really get this, that it's almost like a meditative thing that you need to do in the month of December, is find something that you are good at. You know, maybe crunching numbers by yourself is like what you truly want to do, then by all means, like go crunch some numbers. So, find something that you can get crafty with this month. I decided to do something a little bit different for pulling my theme card for the month of December. Instead of a card, I'm going to pull 3 cards. And the reason I'm pulling 3 is because I'm pulling from a Lenormand deck. So this is the Natalie Rose Winter Solstice Lenormand, since, you know, on the 21st we will be having the winter solstice, the Yule solstice. So I decided, let's go ahead and pull 3 cards, because usually I don't like to pull a single card with Lenormand, because I only think that's like one part of the story. So if I at least pull 3 cards, that tells me like a little bit more of a story. So let's pull 3 cards, and we're just looking for what will be the theme for December. Okay, so there's one. Some people just like to pull cards in order. Everybody does their own thing. I do my thing. Okay. Oop, there's the other card. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, so we got the ring, we got the book, and we got the birds. So what I'm getting with this is this month staying committed to like maybe there's some things that you've learned this past year. These could be like lessons, but it also could be like maybe you took a course in something, maybe you actually read something in a book, you learned something from one of your friends, and I think it's good that you communicate the things that you learn with others, because you know that's kind of how we pass around information to each other. And so I think it's good this month that we just do a little bit more socializing. You know, I know that in December a lot of people are going to be socializing with family anyway, but I'm thinking more like instead of like the big engagements, like you're having the whole family over, but maybe just to like take a break from that, like spend a day or just an hour, or even, you know, maybe half an hour with one of your closest friends, and just like catch them up on things that you've been doing, things that you've learned, things that you've been trying out. Maybe one of your closest friends isn't like woo woo and into tarot cards, then you just, you know, tell them about some stuff anyway, you know, that you really love. I mean, otherwise, why, you know, they're friends with you because they like you, you know. Yeah, I'm just really getting to share information and stay committed to sharing information and keeping up those conversations with some of your closest homies, because Christmas time, Yule time, time around Hanukkah, it can be really stressful on people because there's a lot of family in town, and some people don't get along with other family members, and it's good to just like take that time every once in a while and just like go hang out with one of your closest homies and just decompress. So that's what I'm getting for the theme this month, is like, don't forget to do that. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling a few cards, and I am going to be pulling from my Fairy Forest Oracle. This just always has such a like a wintry, Christmassy, Yule like vibe to me. So I'm going to be pulling a card for health, a card for wealth, which, you know, can mean many different things, a card for family / relationships, you know, because it could be relationships with our family or relationships with anyone, co-workers. And then the last card, the fourth card, is career / creativity. So oftentimes I think our creativity is tied up within our careers. Sometimes it's not, but, you know, we'll look at what the cards have to say. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those 4 cards first, and then we'll take a look at them in order. We have our first card, and this card is for health. So what do we have for health in December? And like I said, this is just general. This may stick with a couple of people and maybe not for others, and you know, just this is just general energy, but of course I do readings for something more specific. So what I'm getting for health, ooh, we have the Ancient Elder Experience Lessons. Well. So what I'm getting for health is, you know how there are people that, and I have like something, okay, talking about my stepmom. There are people that, you know, claim to know, like, oh, well, I've been in that situation and this is what worked for me. You know, I started this diet, or not even a diet, but I started just eating this way, this lifestyle, or, you know, I just decided to start walking, you know, a mile a day, and it totally like changed my life. And, you know, oftentimes we're like, oh, wow, that's great. That's cool. That worked for you. And we're always like, yeah, but I need to find my own way. I need to totally reinvent the wheel because I am me. And I am, you know, different than everybody else. Well, what if we just maybe tried out some of those suggestions, those people that are like shouting at the top of the mountain, this worked for me and I did this and I tried this. Maybe this month I'm getting actually give it a go, like, you know. And what brings to mind is during Thanksgiving, my stepmom was talking about intermittent fasting, and right away my brain went, oh, well, that doesn't work for me because, you know, I have such a fast metabolism that I need to eat every 3 to 4 hours. And she was saying that, you know, because she's a professor at one of our local universities, and she's like, well, during when I'm teaching, intermittent fasting doesn't work for me, but I do it on the weekends, or I do it during, you know, breaks and things like that, or I try to do it at least once during my teaching week. And she says, and that's how it became more accessible to me. And I was like, oh, but then I was thinking, oh, well, that's not me because I have my routine. And I think what the universe is trying to say, what the cards are trying to say this month is like, maybe just try it out. Maybe don't just like shut people down right away and their ideas and things that they've tried and things that they're really happy with, and just be like, oh, well, that doesn't work for me. You're like, well, have you tried it? So that's what I'm getting for card number 1 for health. Card number 2, this is for wealth. So again, remember, wealth could mean a lot of different things. You can have a wealth of friends, you can have a wealth of money, you can have a wealth of happiness. But let's see what we have here. We have the solitary, dedication, self-love, and focus. Ooh, very pretty card, by the way. I'm like, ooh, she's pretty. So for wealth, what I'm getting, you know, instead of like an abundance, like, especially in December, you know, with family and all the chaos that could occur in December, there's a lot of like giving of your energy. And what I'm getting for wealth is you need to pull some of that energy in, and it being translated like wealth, and kind of don't forget about yourself. So I know that this could also apply to like health, but I'm really seeing is putting some of that wealth of energy that you have for others, and making sure that this gets done, and I have to wrap this, and I have to make this, and I have to meet this person, is reserve some of that wealth. Because time is money. But here we're talking about like spiritual money. So, and focusing on yourself. And I know that there's going to be people right away are going to shut down. Oh, no, that doesn't work for me because, you know, I got to do this and this and this, and I'm going to meet this person. Well, then you're just going to have to schedule yourself in. The universe is saying you need to schedule yourself. Otherwise you're going to run yourself ragged. It's going to make the holidays not that fun. You know, I mean, sometimes it's not totally fun for a lot of people because maybe they don't like gel with some of their family members, and then to be like running on a lack of sleep and maybe sick on top of it is not going to help things. So at least make sure that you feel good inside before being bombarded by so many other people's energy. So for wealth, you're gonna have to rein in some of that wealth that you give freely, energetically to others, and rein it in for yourself. Universe is really yelling at you for this in a loving way. Card number 3 is for family/relationships, and oh boy, well, this is a family month. Well, for people in the US, November was a family month as well, with Thanksgiving, if they celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay, so what do we have? We have the Elf Queen. So this is family and relationships, introverted, burden, responsibility. I just love this deck. It is so gorgeous. Okay, so behind her actually almost looks like a poinsettia. Very beautiful. So I see her with all her beauty and adornment. That's taken some time for her to adorn herself this way. Wow, it seems like over and over again with this reading so far. So like I said, we do spend a lot of time with other people, but it seems like with every card, universe is trying to say it's really important that you spend time by yourself, because I think especially some people that may be prone to certain things like depression, or they might spiral out, I think that this is going to be a really chaotic time for some people. Some people may have had a rough year so far, and then to add the stress of the holidays on top of it is just not good for sanity, for people's mental health. So again, for family and relationships is spend time with maybe not a lot of people at once, but like your one good friend who just kind of lets you decompress and just like chillax. And if your best friend could also be a fur baby, so just, you know, spend time and just allow them to listen to you, allow them to allow you to decompress. So yeah, I'm really getting this like rein in the energy. It's like really important. So yeah, I'm seeing that you could actually get really sick, like physically sick, if you run yourself as thin as you may already be running yourself, plus with certain things that have happened this year, just compounded on top of it, it's just not good. So the very last card, this is career/creativity. So like I said, oftentimes our creativity is tied up within our careers. So we have Isa, stillness, pause, delicacy. And she is very delicate indeed. Look at those fairy wings and the jewels upon her head. Okay, so what I'm getting with career, or maybe, so this could be career, but it could also be side projects that you're working on. I feel like there's been a lot of hustle this year. A lot of people have been like, you know, that wands energy of like, go, 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 go. But now, as we reach the end of 2018, it's just to like, okay, take a pause. Maybe don't stop completely. Like, we still like want you to continue. I'm getting that with the wings. Like, you're still gonna continue with this. You're still gonna take flight with it. You know, maybe you'll like start right back up right after the new year. But just take the time to reflect on how far you've come. You know, maybe even reflecting on, wow, you know, I've had this career now for 15 years, and, you know, look at where I had started, or, you know, look at all the different careers that I went through to get to where I am now, where I'm truly happy. And it's good to reflect on that, because sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening in the future and the go, 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 and the what's happening in my little world right now. But if you reflect on how far you've come, it feels really good, and it puts a lot of things in perspective. And I think that that's something that we need this month, in the month of December, is perspective and time alone. or maybe even time to just hang with your best friend, your best fur baby. Yeah, and just recuperate a little bit. Rein in some of that energy. So yes, a time for reflection when it comes to your career and your creative projects. All right, so that's it for me, spiritual homies. That was the reading for December of 2018, the last reading of 2018. Oh my gosh. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave them down below. I always make sure to get back to each and every one of you. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding ding ding, or ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, like I said, something that is more for you, a personal one-on-one, then head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. I would absolutely love to read for you. And join that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot. If you want to help support what I do, you just want to throw me like a bone here and there, you know, throw me $1 a month, and it would be much appreciated. And I appreciate each and every one of my patrons over there helping me not only to get my oracle deck off the ground, like what? That's one of the things that I want to see come to fruition in 2019, and I know it will. But also meetups that I'm doing, you know, ideas for, you know, videos for me to make, and then, you know, helping out with, you know, equipment and lighting and things like that. So yeah, I hope that everybody has a wonderful holiday, no matter what holidays you are celebrating in the month of December, and I'm wishing y'all a wonderful 2019. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out! And have a happy new year, a Merry Christmas, a happy Yule, a happy Kwanzaa, and a happy Hanukkah. Bye guys.